I'm gonna just record this over here because it's pretty loud over there. But yeah, so I was talking about, cool. I was talking about the lady in my old church, right? And I have never claimed to be anybody's singer ever in life. Ever in life, even though like it's a secret desire, like because I can hold a note, you feel me? But I'm not like but I'm not a singer, okay? But I love to play with a microphone and yeah. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna do green. Okay, so yeah, she used to say. Now I was thinking deep in sin. She said, I was lost in a wilderness. My way was dark and I could not see. So I cried out loud because I needed help. And along came Jesus and rescued me. Along came Jesus and I won't let go, I won't let go. He took me by my hand and I won't let go. I won't let go. He took me by my hand and I won't let go. Then there was what you be like, I'm determined to go through. Yeah, and then she get all excited like, I won't. It's very adorable. But you know, I've come to believe that this song, I called that, like, that was the title of my thesis because it was very personal to me. And I don't know, like, how much more I can tell that to people. But sure, I wanted to know that I wasn't alone. That was very important for me. And, like, the folks in my thesis, they were that for me. Like, hey, we see you. We are you. You know, like, you are you. But we also share an experience. Anyway. But she would sing that, and that's how I felt about my faith. Like, I'm not giving up, like, just because y'all are telling me, like, this part of who I am is incompatible with who Christ wants me to be. Cheat code. Christ made me who Christ wanted me to be, so we're fine there. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, that's why I called my thesis I Won't Let Go. The song is so beautiful. I was lost in a wilderness. My way was dark and I could not see. So I cried out loud because I needed help. And along came Jesus, right? And rescued me. Along came Jesus and rescued me. It preaches to my soul because, like, for the longest time, I really was like, and here I am in my microphone because I love a microphone. I love to hear my voice now. But anyway, not on no some conceited shit like from Millie, but like I do be conceited like for so yeah. But no, I feel like that's really a word. I cried out loud because I needed help. I cried out loud because I needed help. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my first cry was the research. I had spoken up before, but not in ways that like made sense for me. And since I was in school, it felt right to write a thesis, but it definitely was a cry for help. Like I don't know what to do. And so I'm going to research to find the answers. The answers aren't in the research, babe, in case you want to stop. The answers aren't in the research, but you do find community, right? Like you find people who resonate with your experience, as sad as it may seem. I found experiences that very much mirrored my own. Like if I wanted to take the 11 people that I had and then add myself as another participant after I do this autoethnographic research paper, whatever, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that like all of the things that I found around relationships, because meaning making is relational, like we don't do this shit alone and nobody should have to do this shit alone, which is why I want to make sure that people's families can come along on the journey with them. But the truth is everybody can't go. And I hated that that was the reality, but it really is. Like, but there does need somebody to journey with the family in the event that they do want a relationship with their beloved. I'm willing to be that person because I hate the fact that like folks are growing up in homes, are being nurtured. I hate the fact that I grew up in a place, was nurtured in a place that felt like home and all the people felt like family. And they celebrated me and they loved me and they encouraged me. They challenged me because I was curious, inquisitive, nosy. I asked too many questions. But anyway, like I hate the fact that like I was uprooted from the place I was planning to grow and thrive, and like that's not everybody's reality, and it doesn't have to be everybody's reality. Like sure, at some point we all leave to go away from home, but like under what circumstances is my thing. Like why do we have to leave because we're forced out? Or because it's better for us to like be out, even though like people might not have said, oh, you gotta leave, and it wasn't like an outwardly hostile environment. Spiritually, that shit was draining. That's what Paulie Murray calls psychic violence. It's what um, Soul Force calls spiritual violence. Like, but it's all violent and it was fucking with me. And so I left. I made a choice for self-preservation and I'm fucking lonely now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to go. But I miss testimony service. Like I miss like corporate prayer. I miss clapping and stomping and singing songs that we made up or that we just adapted from some recording we heard online. They're not in the hymn book, or they're sung differently than the hymn book because we didn't have a pianist. Like we may do it what we had until we had more, and then we may do it with that. But like I literally was raised by these people and had to uproot myself because like who I was incompatible with who they wanted me to be, but they didn't take the time to figure out who I was for real. And they wanted to like use the Bible and religious dogma to tell me, like Christian dogma to tell me who I had to be in order to be loved by God and loved by them. Like the reality of the situation is, and I don't care like how many people say, oh, I never lost my relationship with God, never lost my, sure, great, wonderful, I'm glad that's your truth. However, for me and mine, like they showed me what the love of God was by how they loved me, and like how they loved me in community, and like the way they lived their lives. They were my example of godliness. Like I don't understand this whole like find your own path, it's your own personal relationship. We are all formed in some way or another, somewhere. And I was formed in a place that I have deep appreciation for, and also like deep sadness, lament, regret. I don't know what to call it. But like I was raised there, and I don't feel like this is something I should have to do on my own. And that's that. Somebody can call me a big baby. I like what you call me. I don't have to do this by myself. And I shouldn't have to do this by myself. That's not how we do life. That's a very, I don't know if I want to call it capitalist. I don't know if I want to call it like it's white supremacy, the individualism. Like, I don't know what word to use, but like, we are not meant to do any of this by ourselves. Like, we ain't supposed to make it out the mud alone. Like, no, somebody helped you somewhere. Stop lying. Stop, like, uplifting this false narrative that, like, people can do it on their own merit. Well, they can do it on their own merit, like, sure. But, like, we don't do things by ourselves. Our communities are a hold us and, like, help us get to where we're going. And sometimes who you are and whose you are will get you where you go. And I trust the Lord. And I also trust that the Lord put me in certain places for certain reasons. Not having my people. I want to call my Aunt Nell. Let her know I can't eat peanut butter anymore, but I still think about peanut butter sandwiches with jelly and ravioli. It was our after school snack. Tell her I still think about Cleo. Tell Miss Teresa I've never forgotten the day that I asked in Sunday school, or maybe it was afterwards, but I asked her, why did the Lord say I have to forgive 70 times 7? Like, if somebody violates me 490 times, I'm a dumbass. Like, but these were the questions I had as a child, right? Or I'll never forget the time we went to the mountains as a Sunday school group, or we went to IHOP and I was told that I don't chew my food enough. And so sometimes I count in my head when I chew. But I'll also never forget being celebrated because, like, I did my best in school. Or getting a chance to speak in front of the congregation and introduce the pastor, who they all knew. But, like, I got public speaking experience in church. They encouraged me to be the best me I could. And, like, they don't even get to see me. And it's like they don't want to, you know? And that's the shit that hurts. And that's why I really feel like it's super important we just have to, like, we don't have to change people's minds, but we have to have people that will journey with us who won't impose any of their, like, horrible, spiritually violent, like, things on us, but will at least give us the space to express, like, who we are, how we believe, what we believe about the different parts of our faith. So the Bible, whatever else, like, that feels really important to me. And I don't have anything to launch. You know, I haven't put together any curriculum for anything. But I know that, like, when I start, I would like to start with the Bible because I feel like I was raised in a church where the Bible mattered more than anything. Like, literally, that's how we heard from God, was through the Bible and then, like, prayer. But heavy emphasis on the Bible. That's Kaylani because I love Kaylani. And it's been a pleasure watching Kaylani grow. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but yeah, all this has always been about me. And I don't know how to say that in a way that's not selfish and that doesn't discard, like, the work that I've done, but I needed to know that who I was okay. And I now, like, feel like I know that as fact. Who I am is more than okay. Who I am is beautiful and delightful and beloved by me, by my God, by the Creator, by the universe, by my community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very well loved, very well cared for. Do I wish that there were more people who cared for me and that I didn't have to have this, like, uprooting happen? Sure. But I am where I am right now. I am who I am in this moment. And that's all I can be. And so, yeah, I Won't Let Go is the title of my thesis. And I hope you read it. There's a typo on, like, one of the last pages, but okay, later.